Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Let's go ahead and get back into the game. Once again, our players are...
Hi, I'm Lance Corporal Higgimus. I play a Giff fighter.
I'm David Big. Oh, I can't even say my name. David Big Mac Shepherd, and I play Braxon who's a human fighter.
I play Levalithana, an elven wild mage.
G-Man.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was muted. Push to talk. I'm G-Man No 99. I play Yeldan Sharpeye, a Elven Ranger.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin.
I'm Zakad, who plays a multi-class specialty priest thief.
Okay, and at the end of the last session, which we kind of sped up to ensure that we finished in time before my vacation, you guys had
Because
gotten...
you were going to Egypt.
Yeah, oh, it was great. That was great. I will definitely be posting some more stuff about that. But also, I've begun uploading the photos I took on the Facebook page, so go check that out for those interested. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here for Spelljammer. So the party
that you missed.
Ah, yes, I need my fix. The party has gotten back to Brawl. We've already done the accounting of the items. There was already took care of the identification of the items off camera just to kind of speed things up. So does everyone remember what new items they got?
I got myself a ring of protection.
I have
I
a
got
potion.
this. Go
Go ahead,
ahead.
Leva.
The awkwardness.
Leva, go ahead.
I got this robe. I, in the meantime, find out what this robe is, but Leva only knows it's a robe with weird patches that expand.
Don't you get items from those patches? They turn into items?
They turn into... Yes, they seem to turn into items, yes.
They seem
But-
to, okay.
Well, I haven't tried them all yet. Maybe some of them are different.
Sure. Braxon, what did you have?
Yeah, I got the large Swiss Army knife that turns into different things.
Right.
You mean the rod?
Yeah, the rod, Swiss Army rod.
I was kind of referring to the items that that were newly discovered in the last adventure.
Oh,
You guys
Oh,
already had
not what
that
we
one for-
bought or gave. Okay.
Well, I mean, you should mention that you bought that ring of protection. +1.
Right.
I bought some more magic arrows, another quiver. Now have 3 of them, and another potion of healing and a potion of extra healing.
So what did we identify from last time?
Well, we got those candles. Everybody got... Well, not everybody, but a lot of people got candles.
I got
That-
one of those candles, one that makes fire arrows.
Yes, those magic candles.
Yes.
I don't think I ever got told what mine did.
I hope you wrote that down.
Let me check my
Mine's-
sheet, because
I have one that seems to grants some protection against missiles and magic missiles.
oh wait, yeah,
Against magic and missiles.
give me a second. Holy Undead Attractor, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I know mine does something, attracts undead, maybe.
All right, cool. Higgimus picked up a ring that allows him to transverse water. Might have been helpful earlier.
Yeah.
Did you actually buy that ring?
No,
No,
that
we
was found in
found
the
it.
treasure.
Oh.
The treasure that you almost drowned to get it.
Yeah, I was away for that. I got a ring of sight through solid object, I think.
That
Don't know
what?
when I got that, but X-ray ring or whatever. Silver violet magical. Silver ring with violet stone. Allows sight through solid object.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that was in the last adventure too.
Speaking of which, he's gonna experiment on that. He's just gonna look through a wall. Just see if he can see through a wall.
Which wall?
Any wall. He just wants to see if it works.
All right, let's see.
Oh yeah. While you are waiting on that, we've also found out that the ring that I've got is probably not a ring of featherfall, but a ring of jumping ?
Yeah, you did some experimentation with that.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure yet.
Okay, so I'm just reading the description for the item. Okay, so what kind of wall do you want to look at?
He said
I
any.
assume we're in the office or somewhere.
I don't know, it's up to you.
He
You
said
could
any,
you could do
so
this at
go
any
with
point.
it.
I'm just literally putting on the ring and looking at a wall.
I understand
wall.
that. I understand that, but I need you to decide what
The
kind of
in
wall. it
walls
was.
that where we're staying at. I don't know. They were stone walls, weren't they?
The inn? Yeah, I think it had stone walls.
Okay, so you.
Do I have to concentrate on that type of
Yeah.
material? You can't switch.
Well, no, I just needed to know because
Because I could look straight ahead at a stone wall, then look up when I would have floorboards above me or something.
some things can be looked through and some things can't be looked through.
Oh, that's good to know. I can find that out then.
So you do have to concentrate to look through the wall. So that would be essentially an action for a round in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. You start concentrating on the stone wall, and as you're staring at it, it starts kind of like fading away to your sight. And after about a minute, you realize that you can now see through the wall.
Oh, wow.
Whose room is he looking into?
He was looking outside.
Ah.
Ah.
It doesn't keep on projecting, it's just one solid.
Yeah, this is the 18 plus game. We can't have him look into somebody else's room.
You could. You just be very creative with your descriptions. Leave it up to imagination.
You can look around. You can,
It takes like a minute to refocus, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can scan an area. You realize that once you're concentrating, then you can look around and see through the wall. Outside the inn, no problem. But it does kind of begin to give you a headache.
Is Lafdul doing this on his own?
Taxi.
I don't know.
Probably. I'm in the inn.
Probably.
If someone's around, someone's
Lafdul.
around.
Lafdul, did you tell us that you're going to do this?
No, I'm just experimenting, downtime. Oh, I got this fancy new ring. Let's see what it
Well,
does.
So
I was
you're
gonna say-
on your own, or are you with us, or?
This is probably like in the early hours of the morning.
Well, I was going to say, if you were near Braxon, he'd offer to help.
Well, are you awake at like 10 o'clock in the morning, your character?
Probably.
Yeah, then you're probably around, and anyone else that is around. I'm just like in the inn, sitting down in like the common room or whatever.
Okay. Well, how about we go somewhere and I stand on the other side of a door and look like I'm going to ambush you, and you can see whether you can see me.
Well, this ring's give me a bit of a headache. I don't want to tax it.
Fair enough.
I'll try again later, I guess. I don't know when.
Yeah. Well, anytime. I'll just stand on the other side of a door with a weapon, looking like I'm going to attack you if you come through the door. And you can look through the door and see if you can work out what I look like through the door.
Sounds like a plan. Shall we move on with the plot?
Yep. All right, so you've done some experimentation with that ring now, so you kind of have an idea of what it can do now.
Hmm.
Leva looks at the patches very closely.
I
How many can she recognize?
I gave you a list last
Yes,
time.
but can she? I know you gave us a list, but not all of them were clear enough to immediately know what they are.
I am
So-
gonna have to say that you would probably have to pull them off to know for sure then.
Oh, what a pity. Okay.
All right, I understand there was something that Asher wanted to discuss with some of the items.
Oh, yes. So Higgimus will invite everybody over to the new office that he had built or bought,
Rented.
put together, rented.
You don't own it, you rent it.
Re-rent.
All right, so everyone interested in going?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, sure I am.
Mhm.
So you head to the office, which let's go ahead and zoom in on the map and show the viewers where that is. So it is going to be this kind of pinkish purple building right there.
Can we zoom in on that?
Yeah, you can. Oh, I guess I can.
You can zoom in
You
yourself.
can zoom in yourself.
I
yeah.
can zoom in myself, yeah, but the people on poor people on Twitch are looking at a blob.
I've zoomed in as much as I can. So.
Oh, okay.
So you you head over there and are introduced to Higgimus's clerk. Her name is Iset. She's in her late 40s,
Iset.
early 50s. Iset. She, to give you a little bit of background on her, she was a clerk on a barge of Ptah. Not an actual priest, but just one of the lay followers who helped out, did translations, took care of paperwork, that sort of thing for the temple ship. However, that ship was attacked and crippled about a year or two ago by the Skrull. They managed to fend off the attackers, but the ship was in very poor shape after that. They limped to a port, not Brawl, but another port, and decommissioned the ship, basically. And so she was left without a job, essentially. And she made her way here, and it just so happened that she had good references, and Higgimus hired her. So she greets you all. She is fluent in and literate in Common, the liturgical language of the Ptah Church, Elvish, Dwarven, and Orcish.
Not bad.
That's good.
I test this by greeting her in Elvish and in Dwarvish.
She greets you. She has an accent, but she is perfectly
I
understandable.
probably got an accent in Dwarven.
But she has, she has a clear voice. She's definitely skilled at those languages.
I say, good morning, Set. I'm just introducing the rest of the company here to our new office.
Like what you did with the place.
She greets you all in turn, and introductions are taken care of.
Braxon shakes her hand.
There is also a 12-year-old boy that Higgimus has hired to do errand running and stuff like that. This was last minute, so I don't know. I don't have a name for him yet.
Damn.
Boy.
I offered that maybe we can exchange languages. Does she know Restipede?
She tells you that she does not. No Rastipede.
Would she be interested in learning?
She would, yeah.
So we could exchange languages.
Well, yeah, but
Does
you would
she have-
also need to have a free proficiency slot.
Details.
Details, who cares?
They take a long time to learn a language.
First, I want to have alchemy anyway.
Braxton shakes hands with the boy, and asks his name, which obviously he doesn't tell me yet.
He gives you his name,
Yeah.
but it slips from your mind. You'll have to ask him again later.
Braxon, are you getting forgetful?
In his old age, yeah.
So I guess Higgimus will give you guys the rest of the tour. He'll point out that to the left as you walk in, there's a notice board that's empty right now, but he says that hopefully later on, once we start getting more and more job offers, maybe the smaller ones can go up here that other adventurers can take out for like a finder's fee or that sort.
Ah, that's an interesting idea.
So we're going to be a mercenary company. Yeah, probably.
More
what
like
we
an
are, actually.
adventurer's guild.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I just wondered. So.
To a certain extent, adventuring companies are mercenary companies.
I mean, we
That's
take
cool.
on quests and go off and solve problems for other people, and they give us money for it. There's nothing different to mercenaries.
We're not mainly military focused, I guess you could say.
Well, wait. Aren't you a corporal?
Lance Corporal.
Well, that's my
That's the
Giff
society
ranking.
thing.
yeah. It's that doesn't really necessarily apply to us here.
Okay.
So Higgimus, are you going to be hanging those weird things you've been keeping on the walls?
Why? Good for you to mention that. And so in front of us is the counter, basically where the clerk will be most of the time, and then off to the right of that is like a waiting room type of thing, like you would see in a doctor's office type thing. And it does have some trophies hanging up, and there will be other things that we can put up there that we gather in our travels. Trinkets,
Do-
banners, that sort.
Do we have a mounted moose head?
No.
Oh.
Out of character, this reminds me of the XCOM trophy room. XCOM 2 trophy room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
And then he'll take you guys into a hallway, and there's a door to the left and door to the right. He'll open the door to the left, and there is a couple desks, some bookshelves, a couple charts that he's put up, and a couple maps. Said that this will be our office.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the other door, he'll open up, and there's a big, long table with a bunch of chairs. And this is our boardroom where we can meet with clients or do other such meeting type stuff.
Sounds good. So, are we going to have food and drink
Is there
to
a place where you
offer
can
them?
hang a hammock in the office area?
No.
I don't know. In the waiting room area, you could, we could put or you could put a hammock across.
This is the business. This isn't the home.
Yeah,
We're not allowed to stay the night.
Yeldan's totally a crowd surfer, couch surfer.
Yeah, we could have. Is there another floor upstairs?
There is not, to my knowledge.
There is, but it's not something that you rented. There's a staircase
Right.
on the outside going up to like 2 apartments.
Maybe later we could rent those apartments.
Higgimus, how much does this cost you per month?
It's not something you guys need to worry about.
Just curiosity. I mean, this doesn't come for free, and it's almost in the middle of Brawl, so it's definitely not cheap.
Well, we're not on the main road, so that's that takes care of some of the issues there with the cost.
It's also
yeah.
the low city,
Anyway.
which is it's not the wealthier section of town, essentially.
Mm.
Speaking of which, let's have our first meeting now. There's a couple things that we've been holding on to, and that we recently got that we kind of need to decide what we're going to do with it.
Okay. Let's
Sure.
let's go test out this boardroom table.
You should really upload the picture.
Oh, my horrible picture?
I'll
Oh, did you see the one I made?
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
we'll do it later. It's fine.
All right. So the things that I kind of wanted to go over is that we have, from many adventures ago, we got these boxes or cases, I should say, these panels that Lafdul was able to actually open up for us, and inside we had that Swiss Army knife rod thing that you were using, Braxon, but also inside one of them was this mithril diadem and flute.
Mm-hmm.
So
Flute?
my question is, what are we going to do with the flute and the diadem and the boxes or the cases? Because the cases probably sell for something too, I think.
Could
Yeah.
a flute be used by a band?
It could be
Well,
used
none
by
of us-
anyone with a musical instrument proficiency in flute.
Well, none of us can actually play the flute.
Actually, here's a question to the DM then. GM, rather. Because of what you said to me last night with bards being part of my Thieves Guild, would I inherently know that they would be interested in this?
There may be a bard in your Thieves Guild that plays the flute. Whether they'd be interested in this or not, and whether they could afford it or not, is another question. I mean, it is a well-made. You know, it. You think it's well-made. I mean, you don't have any skill with musical instruments, right?
No.
Yeah, so you don't.
I look at
I was just passing curiosity.
I look at the I think about the diadem, and didn't Lafdul price the diadem as priceless?
I couldn't put a price on it. It's beyond me.
You've gone up a level since.
Okay,
look
so-
at it again.
Sure. If I think I've got an idea now, I'm dealing with more money with the gems and that.
What's
So-
your appraisal proficiency?
13.
Okay, now I need to go find the item and see how much that was worth.
So Braxon says, okay, so these items, do we understand what we're selling? Can we get a decent price on Brow, or are we going to have to actually look for a specific person to sell these to who's going to give us a better price?
Well, Lathel's taking another look at this diadem, because we did kind of just look at it on the fly
Yeah.
before. Maybe once he's done looking at it, we can get a better idea how much it's worth. The flute, I remember him saying earlier, it's like, yeah, maybe we can get about $2,000 for that in
Right.
gold.
Yeah, I don't think the flute's overly important. I think.
I thought it was part of a set, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. They did look like they're part of a set. Also, there was a matter. The case that the flute and the diadem came in, was that also the case that the star charts came in? Or was
No.
the star charts in the other one?
Star charts were in the other one.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
This one had
here's one thing.
the Rod of Lordly Might.
One of them had the Rod of Lordly Might, and the other one had the flute and the diadem in it.
Okay. So, my thing is, we can do it two ways. We can sell it just in the high market, in which case, we can get what we can get for it. Maybe some noble will see it and want the pair. And then another thing I thought about maybe was we could hold an auction, but then we would have to go through the rigmarole of setting it up, inviting people, actually trying to get people to come to it.
Not
and that sort of
necessary.
thing.
You
Surely-
now have a secretary.
Surely
She could
there's an
do
auction
all
house.
the arrangement and stuff.
That's true. Surely there's somewhere that does auctions on Brow.
And then also take into account the fact that we'd be putting the information out that we actually have these things, And so if we don't get rid of it fast and we hold on to it waiting for the auction, somebody might try to come and take it.
Yeah, that's true.
While if somebody did come and I saw him, I would kill him. But, I mean, that doesn't stop him from the times that I'm sleeping, when I'm not around, so on and so forth.
Well, the thing is also those boxes are magical. I was like, we could sell them, but we could also use them as like a way to store things.
That's true.
We could. But then again, they could also be part of this grouping.
What I will
we
say,
only have the diadem and flute only came in one of them. The rod came in the other
No,
one.
no,
We
no,
could
no,
just
no.
keep
The
one with
rod, the flute, and the diadem were in one. The other cylinder and the charts were in the second one.
I thought.
Nope.
Okay.
cut down.
I have my original description right in front of me.
I have a question when available.
First of all, you've taken another look at it, and you think the diadem, now with knowing more about things like that, you believe that could fetch a price somewhere around 4,000.
Huh. I for some reason I'm disappointed, even though it's a lot of money. I want to ask another question based on my original question. I kind of thought I had was satisfied with the answer. With the Thieves Guild asking about the bards, could they introduce me to someone that is a well-known bard, so to speak? Like a contact, I'm just thinking, it is someone that I could potentially sell the item to. Bards know other bards.
I suppose so. There is a royal concert hall with, and they have a group of musicians, and being that they are sponsored by by Prince Andrew himself, they tend to be of a wealthier set. So someone in your guild may have a contact there.
I just put it out to the party that I may have a way of selling it. I offer it out as like another option. That's how I'm just gonna.
Thank you, Lafdul. Now that we know about what the value of this item is, maybe we can just sell it in the upper market, though. We just include it as part of the group with these boxes. Cases, I should say.
Well, one of the
Did you
boxes,
say-
we don't need to sell both of them.
Did you say the cases are magical?
They have the self-destructing fire trap, but if someone tries to steal our stuff, they'll end up self-destructing if they fail. So it's as good as it being stolen.
True.
So there's that.
But was it Yeldan that said we could maybe put stuff in? If we had someone who wanted us to take a message from A to B, and we put it in that box, it would stop anyone reading the message, except us, obviously.
How big's a boxer? Quite big.
They're decent size.
The second one is smaller because all it contained was charts, which is the one I'm suggesting we keep.
I don't know if we managed to open those boxes, so someone else might as well.
Lafdul's
That's true.
very, very good at opening locks and things like that.
Yeah, I guess really these things slow thieves down enough so that we can kill them before they've stolen things.
But they could just take the box with them.
They could, yeah.
We could just knock them out and arrest them. We don't have to full out kill them.
That's true.
If there's a thief we killed. I guess Higgimus is a little bit more amoral than you guys are.
I'm lawful good. What do you expect?
I wasn't listening, and I had someone interrupt me. Sorry. What?
So, I'm of the opinion that we should just sell these items.
Yes. we
Okay,
should
I'm not
sell
going to
them.
object.
we'll sell them with the box minus the rod because we're going to keep using that.
Oh yeah, that's a magical item. We're keeping that. I mean,
And we
yeah,
fully determined that these 2 items are not magical, right?
correct.
Yes.
Unless they're hidden with magic, in which case we wouldn't know, and we wouldn't know how to use it anyway.
Okay.
I think we should keep one of the boxes.
What happens
You
if
want to-
How
Lafdul
heavy
tries
are?
puts it on?
I'd be prepared to take one of the boxes. Keep one of the boxes just in case. We might need one, like to transport messages or whatever. At least messages will be out of sight.
All right,
Okay.
so real fast, one of them, the one that the flute, the diadem, and the rod came in, was 3.5 feet long by 1 foot by 1 foot.
Okay.
The other one is 2 feet long by 1 foot by 1 foot.
Okay. So in that case, we will keep the one that was the 2 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot.
Sounds good.
And the other one we will sell as part of the case or part of a set thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound agreeable to everyone?
Yeah,
I
sounds
don't
good to
mind,
me.
really.
Do we have
and-
an idea of how much the box might be worth?
No, not really.
Another
Oh,
thing
I've
I'd
got
say.
Hmm.
Another thing I'd say, if we need to take concealed messages from A to B, I'd be quite happy to build hidden compartments in a ship, or
It's
if we
not
get a
quite
new
the
ship.
same. It's not
It's not quite the same. It's not quite the same, but if people can't see stuff, that's a start.
Lafdul is whistling innocently, looking at the ceiling.
All right, so we got that solved. Next is we acquired this banner of Kozar, Kozar's flagship, or
Yeah.
Kozar's ship flag, which may have some political ties. Can you enlighten us a little bit more about that, Braxon?
Well, Kozar is the pirate who founded Brow. So, Prince Andrew is his descendant. Prince Andrew got power in Brow when his brother mysteriously died, and his nephew is around somewhere. Haven't ever seen him. He's kind of hidden, and his brother's wife is around somewhere. So it could be that if there's any political shenanigans, that someone in the family might like this banner.
Do you have any particular? I don't have any particular care who it is. I mean,
Well, the question is,
Giff
do we
typically
want to try and find the late prince's son, if we can find him, and see if he's interested in this banner?
why would we give it to him rather than the current prince or king? Was it king or prince? Like,
Prince.
king.
Prince Andrew.
Prince.
Princess.
Or the current prince.
Well, we don't have to do either. We could
Or
just
we
sell
could
it in the
sell-
market.
Just not bother with it. I
Or
don't
we
want
can
to
sell-
get into. I don't want to deal with political crap.
Well, I was thinking that we can give it back to the prince. Might give us some sort of
Yeah,
favor.
Advantage.
We could do that.
Advantage.
Yeah.
we
I
could
think
do
that's
that. I
good.
mean, we got a
Yeah.
credit note from them before.
Yes,
Maybe.
I think
Could
that's
do
a
that.
very good idea.
I
But what I'm
honestly
saying
don't
is-
see how that would help either, because it's an old emblem of a long dead pirate who happened to be the
You're
one who
reinforcing
founded
their
Brawl.
claim.
No, you don't understand. Rich
Just make
people
it
like
more-
these sort of things. This is a historic object.
It could be.
We may just get another writ. So who cares if if we
Yeah.
care or don't care about it? If they care about it, that's all that matters.
Well, if we're going to give it, then we should not just give it, but have a meeting and say that we've discovered it and we're going to hand it over, and make sure that Prince Andrew knows that we found it and that we're giving it over.
Yeah, and that we are good people, and we did it out of the goodness of our hearts, and please
Yeah.
put something into the hand that we just put out.
Well, another reason to give it over is
Please give
I've
us
been
work.
hearing. Hold on, I've been hearing rumors going around that we did discover that pirates den. So I guess some of our crew has been talking, or you guys have. I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't specifically say not to talk about it.
I don't brag
Yeah.
about things.
No.
I think the crew,
Unless you shoot someone in through the eye.
Well, crew, haven't we?
I might
Yeah,
have
so-
told some people at my temple about it.
No, there you go. And it probably is with crew too. So people are going to know that we went through that famous pirate's den. So
Yeah.
if we present something to the prince, and maybe they'll think that we didn't keep everything, or something along that lines, or they might, the prince might forgive us, or not try to levy some sort of tax on us. That's what I'm thinking as well.
Yep.
What should he forgive us for?
Um,
Have we done
plundering
anything
something.
that's...
Well, you know how some noble people are. You know, you find something what they think is their
Yeah.
territory, they want a piece of it.
Yeah,
we are giving him a piece of it. We are telling him that this is the most important thing we found. This is the flag. Look.
So, are we in agreement to just give it to Prince Andrew? Make it like a big, set up a meeting, because he
Yeah.
does meet with people, right? His subjects.
Out of character, do we have to roleplay that? I really
Why
don't
not?
want to go into
Probably.
that too much detail.
Well, I mean, you could stay in the inn. You could say, "I'm not interested in Prince Andrew. I'm staying in the inn. I'm studying something else." I'm certainly interested. If we have to make a big kerfuffle about it, and
No, this was an out of character question about saying I don't want to spend that much time on this whole flag thing.
I imagine it would be something similar to. Remember when we saw the commander guy
Yeah.
and we got the writ in the first place?
Yeah. It's a rich guy with money, so we don't have to dwell on it. But I think we should do it
yes,
out of
that's good.
character.
Yeah.
In character, Braxon would say, "This is the prince who owns Brow, so he's going to want that."
All right. So in that case, I will see about setting up a meeting with the prince to present him with a gift, I guess, or
Oh,
we should present it as a gift, right? And not
Yeah.
ask for anything up front.
Probably,
Hope
yeah.
that he gives us something in return for it. Okay. So
We
that's
still-
what I will do.
We still need to have. Do we still have our good clothes that we used to
I
present?
have them. I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can get dressed up and prettied if we want to do that. And
Yep.
also, so yeah, I'll set the meeting up, or I'll get the meeting set up, and hopefully he'll see us, and we'll sell the flute, the diadem, and the larger of the cases in the great market. All right. Anybody else have anything for the good and welfare of the company?
Only the thing of, are we going to do things to enhance our ship, or are we thinking of moving to another ship?
I think the plan
Oh,
is that
good
we're
point.
going to buy a new one.
It would be
So
nice.
The reason why I'm saying that is I've heard of people putting domes over decks, and I was thinking that if we put a dome over the deck at the front of the Wasp, it would stop boarders from getting onto that deck and getting direct access to the helm room. But if we're going to sell the ship fairly soon, it might not be worth doing that.
I
think
think
Well,
that,
is the value of the ship more with this dome over the front, or is it actually less?
Might
Well, I
be
think-
worth more to Illithids.
So maybe is it worth more enough that it's worth it doing it?
It's more that the ship has to get taken out of service for a while I work on
Well,
it.
Higgimus,
So
you've got the company money, right? Do you know how close we would be to affording a new ship?
we would probably need to do something along the lines of a barter mixed in with the buying of the ship. I
yeah,
think we have more than enough for a. We have more enough funds for just a straight up down payment, and then I think with a trade in, it may be a little bit spotty on my behalf. I think we all have enough for a ship.
We have 200. I have it in front of me. We have 252 platinum and 41,498 gold. So, how much is that? How much would we need for a new ship?
Well, first of all, 10,000 of that gold is a writ of credit for the arcane, so that might not be applied in that. But I think with the trading with the ship, it may be a little bit of spotting. We'll be fine. So that's where we're at right now. I would suggest we probably hold off on the building the dome, although that would sound like a good idea for maybe future ships that we get.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you're capable of such things. Then again, you know what? I've seen some of your work. You do pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking as we go into the future, there's things like turrets and stuff. We might not want to put in ships when we buy them, but as we get more money, we can make it so we can defend ourselves easier and stuff like that. And we have been quite cramped in the ship. If we had a slightly bigger ship, then the spellcasters would get better rest. Sorry, finger wagglers. I know. I know your lovely term for them. And I wouldn't mind having more space. It'd be kind of nice.
I agree as well.
We could even get a ship with a head. rather than the bucket arrangement we have at the moment.
Yeah. We did get that basket, by the way. Do you guys remember the basket?
The devouring one.
Yeah, don't put your hand in it.
Why not?
It doesn't come out.
So we do have that as well. All right, so that sounds like a good. Let's put that to action.
Okay, so
Lafdul's had this really evil idea. He's thinking about that basket. He's gonna swap it for a donation basket inside the temple.
Detect evil.
That is such an evil thing to do.
Detect evil intent.
It's just a thought that crosses his mind.
That's probably more of a that is a trickster thing to do.
that is a pretty devious prank. Now that said, it's not like you guys have tested out that basket yet, so
We have not.
don't know exactly what it does.
We'll do that on our next journey.
All right, so you kind of get in touch with the royal palace to find out if you can get a meeting. Now you have a choice. You can get in to meet the Chamberlain, Lord Ostric, pretty quick. In fact, he'd be willing to meet with you tomorrow for a few minutes. If you wanted to actually meet with Andrew himself, you're looking at scheduling something a few weeks out.
Let's go for Lord Ostric.
Yeah,
the
Chamberlain's fine. We don't have time. We may not have the time to wait.
Truth be told, Higgimus would rather probably see the prince and present it to him himself because he's like that. But what do you guys think?
I'll
Well,
point out we may get another job in the meantime and have to leave, and then that'll cause all sorts of problems. The quicker, the better.
Well, I'm thinking if we put this to the Chamberlain, then we're not going to get the credit necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay,
we can wait.
Prince. I think we should go to the prince.
I could. Well, actually, no, I don't know. Probably got magical protection.
The Chamberlain is known for scrupulously following formality, so he's known to be his word is trustworthy.
So, Would it be one of those things where we could go talk to the Chamberlain about what we found and then be allowed to present the flag to the prince?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I will make sure that I say that I'm going to roll my etiquette and all that whatnot when we do go see him.
Okay.
And then selling the diadem and the flute and whatnot.
All right. So you head to the royal palace, and you meet in.
I'm dressed up, by the way.
Yeah.
In my dress uniform.
Who else is going?
Braxton's going to go.
Yep.
Lafdul's
Leva.
going.
Leva.
Okay.
Anybody that's going, I make sure that they're dressed up,
I have a suit.
Yeah.
not
They
wearing
will
their
put on
adventurer
makeup.
clothes.
I
They
have
will
a
put on
suit.
makeup.
I've got a suit for me and leather, so.
I still have that suit from that previous adventure I can wear.
Basically,
I
I
guess
just
Yeldan's
don't
the
want
only
them-
one who's not going because he's not interested at all.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to be interested. I just make sure that anybody that is going is dressed up nice, and they're good outfits, not their adventuring gear.
Of course, of course.
Okay. You were conducted through the palace to this tower. Right there. And meet with the Chamberlain. He is a tall old man, but he still appears, spry. He's not like bent with age or anything like that. But his hair is gray and his beard is gray. But it's well groomed. He is immaculately dressed. And he greets you in his office, and he says to you, "Welcome, have a seat. I understand you have an item that you discovered that you wish to present to the prince."
Indeed, in our recent travels, we came across this item, and we think that it would have some significance for the prince.
Did you actually bring the banner with you?
I think so,
Yes,
yes.
in a
You
case.
would have-
Okay.
Yeah.
Indeed. May I see the item?
Of
Sure.
course. I guess we'll bring it out to show it to him.
He inspects it closely and nods. Yes, this would make a fine gift. I'm sure the prince would be very grateful to you. Do you wish me to deliver it to him, courtesy of your group, of course?
I was kind of hoping that we would get to deliver it to him in person.
But if that's not possible, then it would certainly be fine.
Let me check the schedule. He pulls out a ledger and flips through some pages. Nods to himself, as he flips through some of the pages. Well, I could fit you in about 2 weeks' time.
That's not too bad.
Look over the rest of the people in our group. Is that okay with everyone else?
They were
Yeah,
not.
it's fine as we don't take a job that takes more than 2 weeks. We don't want to
Yeah.
double book, so to speak.
Braxton says, any time that's good for the prince is good for me.
Yes.
Mhm.
With the caveat that, of course, you know that we're adventurers, and while we have had multiple successful adventures thus far, we are still a small company, and if we do get a job that requires us to immediately leave, I will make sure that the article is delivered to you, and you can present it for us. Does that sound fair?
Yes, indeed. I will mark you down.
Thank you very much.
He gives you the specific date and time that you would be able to meet him.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I follow all the proper etiquette things.
You don't
And,
actually need to make a roll for this because this is pretty common stuff. Just having proficiency is enough.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
Alright.
You are then conducted out of the palace grounds.
Braxon has a good look around the palace because he's never been here.
You guys, not into the palace, but you did get into the grounds before.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
near the edge.
Lafdul's trying to be casual and assessing the place.
Lafdul, it looks
Yeah, I know, I got no chance. But
very,
you can always dream.
very tight. You would know that it is a long dream of basically every thief on Brawl to break in and rob the palace, but you also know that no one has ever been successful who has tried.
Well, that's because people who are high enough level to do it don't care anymore.
They wouldn't make it well known that they've done it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I should
palace.
clarify that it is not known that anyone has been successful. Let's clarify.
Because they wouldn't let anybody know.
Okay, so you want to go sell those items in the market?
Yes, the high market.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, let me get to that.
Sounds good to me.
So
Alright,
did you
what's
guys
your,
get anything for the thing?
I'm sorry?
Did they get anything for it or no?
We're
we-
presenting it later.
Oh, you're asking in character, sorry.
Yeah, we just had a meeting with the Chamberlain to assess our worth to be able to deliver it to the prince.
Yeah.
So we're not delivering it yet.
So we have a date here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Higgimus cut a deal where if we get a contract within those 2 weeks, we can hand over the item and the Chamberlain delivers it for us without us losing face.
Yeah.
But if we do meet the prince, you never know, we might get some work.
Yeah, we're directly from royalty. We'll get paid
I
very well,
roll.
or not at all, depending on how he feels.
Are you
I roll.
are you trying to sell these as a set, or are you willing to sell them piecemeal?
I think as a set.
Okay. Your first day trying to sell them, you don't find a buyer.
That's fine.
You want to try selling them again the second day?
Yeah. We have 2 weeks at least.
Yeah, but if we get a job, or are we gonna this is an out of game question. Are you gonna put this adventure post this meeting with the prince, or is it before?
Well, you don't have an adventure yet.
All
so
right, yeah, no, fair enough.
you don't know.
Yeah, it was a bit.
You will know how it works when you encounter the situation that gives you the next adventure.
I was I do. Well, I was trying to mess the game that a bit.
So,
Hey,
let's,
Braxon,
Yeah.
could you start kind of perusing what might be available in the shipyard? By any
Yeah.
chance, since you seem to have connections there, and I know
Well,
that you hang out down in the box.
I'm part of the guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see if this. Would you be interested in sort of slightly beaten up ships that come in that need a bit of repair?
It's up to you on whether or not you think that you would be able to do the repairs on it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
unfortunately don't have the eye like you do
Well,
for those things.
I might do the repairs, or we might pay for someone else to do the repairs. But it just means if we buy a ship that's discounted because it's damaged, we might have to wait a bit to get it working, and we
That's
might have to take an adventure without using that ship.
Well, we waited 2 months for armor to get done once. We can wait
it was
a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit
true.
of time to.
It was more
That's
than
true.
We waited like a long time for that.
What I will say is we've got more and more outcomings now.
Okay, so Braxton's going to head down to the shipyard, but he's also going to have a look along the docks.
Okay.
But concentrate on the shipyard.
I'll go with Braxon to check out the ships.
Yeah.
I don't want other people with me when I'm starting to sell this stuff, though. Please.
Well, I was thinking Lafdul could be with you since
I would be
like
with you, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be trying to sell those things by myself.
That's
Yeah, no, I would
that's
be with you.
obvious.
All right.
And I'm
excellent.
gonna be with Braxon because I'm interested in chips, kind of.
I
Okay.
go with Higgimus.
So second day, you do find a buyer who's willing to give you 6,000 gold pieces for the set. He appears to be a nobleman kind of thing. He's well dressed, not a merchant. He
Let's see here.
seems quite interested in the puzzle
How did-
box and the items. He is human.
Hmm. I was wondering if I could do an appraisal on him and to assess his wealth,
No.
or is that?
No.
Nah.
All right, so
Doesn't work that way.
6,000.
Yeah, just sell it. Sell it.
You could see how valuable his hat was.
Yeah, that's the kind of idea to see. He seems a man more of his means than he's presenting himself.
He is definitely a man of means.
All right.
6,000 gold
I-
pieces is enough. It's exact value.
Well, he would be getting the box for.
A discount for buying it as a set.
In which case, I think that's good. But I'm also going to ask him if we come across things like this in the future, if he might be interested.
He says that he might be.
Or if he could put us in touch with other people that might be, if we got things of similar value in the future.
He gives you a name that you don't recognize and tells you where he can be contacted if if you find other items of this nature.
Excellent. I thank him.
Okay.
Let Lafdul look at the gold and make sure it's okay, and then sell it to him.
He bites every single piece. His teeth start aching at the end of the day.
He actually pays you in trade bars.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fight the trade bars?
No, Lafdul's mouth's not quite that big. And it would look awkward.
So he just gave us bars of gold. I love it.
Can Lafdul not polymorph himself into something with a bigger mouth?
Not yet. But that is a thing.
A trade bar-sized mouth.
Okay, that's just oof.
All right. So right now, there are 2 battle dolphins under construction at the shipyard. One is under commission. The other is not.
What's a battle dolphin?
The
It's,
ship that Higgimus keeps on going on about.
Yeah, that I don't like. But Braxton's not me, which is quite lucky. So Braxton finds out how much the battle dolphin that's not commissioned is going to cost,
A standard price.
and gives it a good look over.
Well, what is the standard price?
100 Gs. Maybe not that much. It's close. Might be 80. I can't remember.
I think it's 70.
Oh, it's 70.
I will double check though.
Out of curiosity, can you put like a down payment for something, own the ship, and like pay the rest off at like an interest or something?
As long as you don't actually take it out and use it, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Is the battle dolphins the only ships they have available?
I will get to that in a moment.
Well, that's what they're building. So we could get them to build something else for us, like a hammer ship. But we
Shit.
have
They've
to
been there
wait.
for ages, building an entire ship.
Yeah, the dolphin goes for 70.
That's not bad.
There is a tradesman available for sale.
What's a tradesman?
It's a
It's a
25
smaller ship.
Yeah, it's a smaller ship.
How much is it?
25.
Is it smaller than a wasp?
No. It's a little
No.
bit bigger. It has no.
We want to upgrade, not just a tiny stepping stone.
A tradesman is a tradesman, though,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
type
cargo
ship.
ship.
So it's like, yeah, cargo ship.
Do they have any like squid ships?
Let's see.
Yeah, because that was the apparently everybody wants a squid ship.
There is not a squid ship available.
Sad day.
Okay. Tell us
So
what
we
else
wait?
is available.
Well,
I mean, it's not.
we could ask them to build any sort of ship that we want.
That would
Keep
take
in mind
forever,
that
though.
your letter of credit with the arcane cannot be used with the shipwrights here. They do tell you that the arcane merchant port of refuge in another crystal sphere is basically the place to go to get ships. They have everything common available, kind of thing. They do a lot of ship construction there.
I'm gonna ask him if we would be able to make it there in our wasp.
Yeah, of course we can.
Yeah.
Would Higgimus know the plot or be able to plot the course for that?
It is. You could buy a chart that would show you the route because it is one of the common trading destinations.
I guess we could see about buying a chart for that. How much is that?
That would go for 100 gold pieces.
What's the approximate journey time length if we have to ask you? Oh, I'm not there. Am I there?
No, you're not.
How long would it take us to get there